So this is a training video for SuperSCADA's logging and in particular logging user data. We'll start off by having a summary of symbols and icons within SuperSCADA, very useful as a reference. And then we'll go through about user data, what it means, creating schedules, how to create the data to log, where it gets logged, and the details of the database itself. So first of all, these are the symbols and icons within SuperSCADA, always useful as a reference. So this is the SuperSCADA home screen. You could see up here with this green circle that we're connected to a system. So you go to Configure, Logging, and let's start with a schedule. So we've got some schedules here, but let's create our own schedule. Now just to say we want to log some mixer temperatures every 2 minutes. So the logging type will be periodic. The name, let's call it temperatures every 2 minutes. Then the log schedule, it's going to be every XX seconds, and we're going to put in 120 seconds there. And this log when means that you can either log it on the minute every 2 minutes, or when it gets loaded every 2 minutes. We're going to leave it as no option then. Let's save. So this is our new schedule group here. If we wanted to delete it, it's this button. If we wanted to amend it, you click here, and this is the information that we've just entered. So let's talk about the data sets then. We already have some data sets here to do with logging water and grinder parameters and so on. So I'm going to add a new one for our mixers. So we're going to call it log misc. Now CHP is a specialized one, and that's type 1. Log misc is type 2. So there could be lots of logging miscellaneous ones, and to identify each one we put a unique index number in here, and we're putting in 4, and the name, let's call it mixer temperatures. The logging group is, we're going to do this temperatures every 2 minutes. That's the one we just entered. And now the name, let's say X1 temperature. And we click on the little hash here for the tag. Now I happen to know the temperature is in a cabinet with the grinder stuff. So if I type in grinder PLC dot, now there's lots of things in the grinder PLC. So if I start typing, say, temperature, TEM, you'll see that these are all of the tags with the letters TEM in them. And here's my mixer 1 temperature. So I select this, submit, and that's the first value there. So let's enter mixer 2 temperature. Tag then, it's going to be very similar, grinder PLC dot TE, as you type it, there it is, mixer 2 temperature, submit. Now we might want to add, say, a running signal, mixer 1 running, and here's the tag here, grinder PLC dot, and if I put in RU running, here's mixer 1 running, submit, and let's put in 2 running, mixer 2, spelling is very good, mixer 2 running, and the tag here, it's the same thing, I know it's in the grinder PLC dot running, mixer 2 running, submit. So these are 4 values that we're going to log. We can have another 6, but we'll leave those blank. Let's press save. So here we are here, mixer temperatures, 4 items. It's miscellaneous logging, and it's logging every 2 minutes. If we want to delete it, it's this button here, and if we wanted to amend it, it's this button here, and you can see this is the information that we just entered. So I'll cancel that. And the little green symbol there means that we're actually logging it. So let's go back to here. So what are we logging? So this is the record format for each logging value, shall we say. This is every 2 minutes. So there's an index, just an automatically incrementing number done by SQL, in this case SQL Server. There's the date and time, first of all, logged. Then the type. Now, our type of miscellaneous logging is this type 2. The index, that's the index we entered, a value of 4 to differentiate between different user logging data sets. The time zone offset, you can ignore that for the moment, but it's 0 for the UK. And then daylight saving. Now, we're on British summertime at the moment, so that'll be 1 hour ahead. So this value will be set to 1. And then 10 values that you can log. They're all double precision floating point numbers, but you can log anything from digitals to integers, floats, and anything like that. So where the data is stored in your local SQL server. The database is called logdb, and this is the table here. So let's have a look at the actual data. So if I go to SQL Server Management Studio, it's just started logging here. Here's our index number, the date and time that it got logged. It's a type 2, which is the miscellaneous logging. The index 4, which we entered, is to differentiate it between other types 2s, right? Here is the daylight saving time, which is 1. We're on British summertime. So the first value here, 75.4, that is the mixer 1 amps. 56.22 is the mixer 2 amps. And the third value we entered was mixer 1 running, and 0 for mixer 2 running. So if you have any more information that you want to know about, then please, here are the contact details. Thank you very much.